Hey.
Hey.
Hey. We were back in Tennessee, which means it's project time. Still staying in the driveway at Marissa's mom's house. Driveway surfing. What else is it called? Mooch docking?
Mooch docking.
Mooch docking. However you want to call it. So first project on the agenda is one we knew we would be tackling at some point. I don't know if we knew we were going to be doing it this soon, but it's floor time. Two reasons for the floor. One is this is how we knew we'd probably end up doing this anyways, is there's actually still carpet in the bedroom, and Marissa's never liked that carpet. And so I told her we put this floor down. We got a cheaper-ish floor just to get a feel for it. And if we liked it, we would just expand onto that or lay it again. But ultimately, she wants the carpet out of the bedroom. But then the second reason we're doing it, actually, I found out this floor we laid, not a great floor. So it's separating. It's like cracking here. It's kind of bowing up over here. You gotta think, we're bouncing up and down on the road. We have large fluctuations in temperature, at least large compared to a house. And so your floor needs to be pretty legit. And this floor was like, I can't remember exactly, but like $1.50 a square foot, something like that. And so phase two, we're getting a much nicer floor. What was this first one called? Allure, I think? Was it Allure? I think it's like Allure maybe from Home Depot. It's a floating floor, but it kind of like sticks around the edges of it or whatever. And so plan B, and what we hope is going to be the final installment of the floor in this Airstream, but who knows, is this more expensive stuff. It's from Lowe's. It's called SmartCore. If you look online, people rave about it. It's supposed to not shrink or expand nearly as bad as the other floors. It's not cheap. It's like over $3 per square foot. But we have a small space. We do want something durable. We want something that's going to do a good job. So we're really hoping this stuff's going to work well. This is your traditional like kind of lock into place floating floor type stuff.
So Nathan brought home a couple of samples for the floor, and I have seriously been struggling with this. He got a gray one that was very similar to the gray we had before. I really like the gray. I like the openness that it gives in the Airstream. I think it makes it look really like airy and bright, and I love that. But when I saw this rustic wood, I fell in love with it. It just kind of gave it a pop of color that I think I've been wanting in here. Like, I was afraid it was too neutral, and so I just loved when I saw that brown. It just like really popped. It made it more warm instead of cool. I think I'm gonna make the leap and go with the brown.
I like the gray, so. Sometimes you can't, and it's not that I think the brown is bad. I think the brown is good. I think they're both good. I think they're both gonna be good choices. I think I wanted to go more for the cool neutral feel, and she wanted a little more pop, I think, than what I wanted. She's usually right when it comes to interior stuff, so.
I'm really nervous about this one. I mean, if we were going for a house, I would say brown for sure. And the brown has some gray in it, so I think that's going to help tie it in a little bit. But when it was down, it changed the whole feel in here, and I loved the feel it gave, but I'm afraid once the whole floor is like that, I'm just afraid it'll make it a little bit too warm, a little too dark. I don't know. It's a gamble.
Well, it'll change the feel of the RV for sure.
I'm nervous,
so
but
I think
I'm
either
excited.
one would change the feel some, because this even the gray is like a darker gray than what we had. So either one was going to change it, but yeah, the brown will change it more. So we're going to Marissa's brother's house for breakfast. We're going to grab the stuff we need for the floor at Lowe's, and then we're hopefully going to get going on this stuff.
So the dogs go.
The dogs don't get them.
That's where they go.
So we came to get the flooring here in our hometown. They do not have it here in stock, and so Marissa's leaving later today to go somewhere anyway, so she's gonna get what we need in another city.
I'm in charge of the flooring.
Yes, not scary at all.
That's scary. I'm already nervous picking a color, so now
it'll be okay.
I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I hope it's good.
So while Marissa's out of town, hopefully getting the flooring we needed, I'm gonna go ahead and prep the floor for tomorrow. I do have somebody coming tomorrow to help me lay the floor, but I don't know if we can get it done in one day or not. So I want to do what I can to have everything off the floor and the floor hopefully pulled up if I have time, so that when he gets here, we can just start laying that thing down. That is one of the advantages of staying like with friends and family if you're doing projects, is that usually, you know, the campground we stay at here in Cookville, the owner is pretty cool and he'll let us do some work and stuff, but I mean, we don't really want to be like sitting our stuff out in the elements, leaving it out there, whereas staying here at her mom's house, I can get this stuff out of the RV where it's not cluttered and we can get work done. And I've got like a garage where I can store everything. And in my mind, like getting everything off of the floor was going to take forever. It's really surprising. We really didn't have that much stuff. So now I'm just kind of waiting around for Hensley to get up from her nap until I can do some of the stuff that might be kind of loud. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when that'll be, but hopefully not too long here.
Daddy says time for a nap.
Mm-hmm. I said time for a nap. You want to help Daddy with the Airstream? We're going to work on the Airstream.
I dropped toy down there.
Oh, yeah?
Because I can't get it.
Stage 2 is removing all this quarter ounce stuff we put down before to sort of cover the gaps. One of the cool things about this stuff we bought is it's like 5.5 millimeters thick. It's more rigid than the other stuff we had. And it's supposed to be waterproof, and it's not supposed to shrink or contract, which is a big deal because that means we don't need this quarter ounce stuff anymore. But that's one of the struggles of having an RV. If you're laying a floor that isn't the original floor is usually like one piece of vinyl that went all the way across and then laid everything on top of it. So if you're having to come back after the fact and like piece together a floor that goes on here, it's way trickier. Because you've got to either have something that can go all the way up against the edges everywhere, or you've got to have something that sticks down on the floor, from which what I've read is not very good quality, or you got to have this quarter ounce stuff or something like this that covers the gaps all around the edge, because that gap is for when your floor sort of expands or contracts, or because this is kind of what you'll start seeing if you don't have room for it to expand and contract, is your floor starts to buckle based on the weather and what's going on. I've read this floor won't do that. We'll find out. We'll let you guys know. All right, Hensley, we got to get all this quarter round up. That piece, all these pieces. You ready to do it?
No.
No? Okay. All right, I'm gonna get to it. Baseboards are up for the most part. Now comes the part that I know Marissa is totally ready to get rid of, which is the carpet in the bedroom. Don't have a clue what that's going to look like underneath that, but we are both ready to get it out of there. Unfortunately, the carpet is not only on the floors, it even runs up the side piece here, and of course we still got this fur on the walls, and there's just a lot of carpet in this thing. We're at least going to get the carpet off the floor though, and just leave the stuff on the walls for another day. There's a little bit of the quarter round I couldn't get up in the bathroom because I've got to get the toilet up to do that, and I don't know, we might still need the toilet tonight, so. Airstream has actually screwed this thing down. Usually they're nailed down, you can just pull them up. So I guess I'm gonna have to get the carpet up first and then take the screws out. I did not want this coming up, oh my goodness. And it's kind of the thing when you're working on an RV, I mean working on a house or anything for that matter, but it seems like especially RVs, they're all built different. You still really know what to expect, but most likely what you're gonna run into is, sort of like I said with the floor, you're gonna run into situations where they built it from the ground up, so they're gonna do what makes sense to be the fastest doing. So if you wanna have access to certain parts of your RV or you wanna make changes to your RV, they definitely don't build them with that in mind. So it turns out keeping an eye on a 3-year-old while you're trying to get work done is not the most efficient way to make things happen. What are you doing back here, Hensley?
With the kitty cat. I'm playing.
You playing with the kitty cat? Where's the kitty cat at? Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Huh? Oh, you're a feisty one.
Oh.
This is what you got underneath, so they just laid this linoleum all the way across, basically down the whole RV, and then just laid the carpet on top of that. That 3 seconds of video made that look a lot easier than it was. It took me like 30 minutes to cut that out of that corner. Oh man, it's gonna take a lot of blades and a lot of elbow grease. I'm not sure if elbow grease is a southern term or it's known nationwide as busting your butt, or however you want to say it. Cleared out about 3/4 of the carpet in the bedroom. I just need a confidence booster, so I've spent a lot of time in there. So I'm gonna shift gears and start taking up this laminate floor, which should be faster and easier except for the bathroom. So start peeling that up, get some of that up. Don't know that I'm gonna get all this before I start losing my light and Marissa gets back, but just do what I can do. I think it's looking pretty good. Daddy made a big mess.
Daddy, don't do that now.
So didn't quite get as much done today as I'd hoped. We got a pretty good chunk. I think I got enough done where when Bob comes to help tomorrow laying the floor, I can finish up prepping the floor ahead of him. So hopefully we can get this, because the goal is to just like to just bust it for a day or two and get this done. Because I mean, this is our living space. This is it. This is everything. It's not like a house where you got one room and you can remodel and live in the other. And I mean, we're gonna be walking in this tonight. Just one night. Hopefully we'll hit it hard, get this done, and the end result will be worth it. Marissa got stuck in rush hour traffic on the way back, so I don't know when she's gonna get back. She did get the wood just fine, so she's got that with her, so we have that ready for tomorrow. What do you think, Hensley?
Bye.
It's getting late, we're losing light. Me and Hensley are both starting to get hungry, so I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna do for dinner, and we'll catch you guys later.